Jason! Jason!
Hello, people of YouTube. So yeah, I'm going to try this again after getting all the cats and dogs trying to scratch to get him through to the door. As you probably know, if you've seen my channel before, I've got a large animal family as well as a video game family. And talking about families, I've so far done PlayStation 1 collection video, a PlayStation 2 collection video, and here we are now at the PlayStation 3. So I've got a big stack of games in front of me, and I'm going to do it in a bit different way than I did it with all the other ones, just because it's a bit of a smaller collection. It's only one I've only really been doing over the last couple of years. So yeah, got myself a drink and ready to go. So yeah, the first game I actually got for the PlayStation 3 that I actively went out to actually pick up, I actually got about a year or two before I actually got the system itself, and this is the reason why I got a PlayStation 3. As I say, I was heavily collecting PlayStation, Xbox 360 at the time. I just got myself a PlayStation 4, and I picked up this one game, and it was about 2 years after I actually picked up the system, and the game in question is Ni no Kuni, the White Witch. This is an awesome game. It's such worth the wait. So as a lot of people probably already know, it's an RPG, an action RPG based, developed by Level 5 and Studio Ghibli, who are obviously a very well known Japanese animation studio. And it is absolutely phenomenal. I can't even say it, but I'm sure you probably know what I'm on about. And yeah, if you've not played this and you've got any kind of any interest in sort of RPG sort of games, or well, adventure games I would say rather than RPG, get this. Honestly, it is amazing. And if you like animated films, get this. If you're not into RPGs, just get it. I mean, just get it. I mean, it's worth it, totally worth it. One of my favourite games, and as I say, what kick-started me into this. So a lot of these games I actually haven't even played yet. I've just kind of been snapping them up ready to actually, just while it was cheap, because a lot of them actually went down. A lot of these seem to be rising in price, as opposed to the 360 games that seems to be dropping in price. So I'm kind of glad I got them when I did. I did see like a kind of a drop, and I picked up a lot of these, I think, at the right time. And a lot of them are RPGs. I mean, I like RPGs, but I've just not got time to play them all. But the cover artwork is absolutely fantastic. And the first, I mean, there's no order to any of these at all, no alphabetizing or anything. It just comes straight off my shelves. So the first one I've got on my pile is Tears to Tiara 2. This is an Atlas game. I mean, I don't know prices. I've got a lot of these last year or maybe the year before. But yeah, Unleash the Demonic Might of the Berserker. I think this is an action RPG, but yeah, 80 hours of visual novel-like storytelling. So yeah, it's probably not really one for me, as I can't really read since I'm flipping dyslexic. But I mean, the artwork is absolutely great on it, and again, that's why I got a lot of these. I love RPGs, and a lot of these look towards that way. Another one, Rune Factory Oceans. I think this is quite a cheap one. I'm sure I only paid a couple of quid for this one. But yeah, this come out of it. Again, don't really know too much about it other than it is, I think, another action RPG. So yeah, I've not tried any of the Rune Factory ones, which I've heard are quite good. So you're going to hear this quite a lot. I'll probably have to take this sticker off now. This is quite a big series that came out on the PlayStations. It started off, I think, on PlayStation 2, but it really expanded on the PlayStation 3, and that is the Atelier series, this is Atelier Rorona, Alchemist of Ireland, which, yeah, again, I've heard these are amazing. I think they're all separate stories, and the reason, I mean, to be honest, I would probably play these more if I had them on the Vita, because I get to play RPGs, sit down and play RPGs a lot. So here's another one of the Atelier ones. So this one's Atelier Maruna, the Apprentice of Ireland. Yeah, they're all very similar names. And this one's a really good one. This is one that I really probably wouldn't mind playing soon, and that is the Guided Fate Paradox. Now this is a strategy RPG. If I am, oh no, story focused dungeon crawling RPG. Oh, so it's a bit different. I'm sure this is something to do with the Disgaea, but yeah, it's another NIS game anyway. So always good to pick them up if you can get them cheap. So next up, we've got another one of the Atelier games, and this is Atelier Chalet, Alchemist of the Dust Sea. And if I'm right, this is probably one of the harder ones to get. I'm sure it's Dust or Dusk something is one of the harder ones to get. The Last Rebellion is next up. As I say, they're not all RPGs. Honestly, it's just the way I've pulled them off. In fact, the next one isn't. So what is this? I think again another action RPG. It doesn't really say. It doesn't. In fact, it doesn't even say RPG or anything anywhere. But great artwork, and I'm sure it'll be something I will eventually enjoy playing. Teslagrad. Now this one I have played a little bit of. I actually have this on the Vita as well. It's a Zoe Desco one, and I was assuming these might go a bit rare. I think is it the Vita one that is rare? I can't remember. But again, I think I only paid a couple of quid for this one as well. I think I actually got this from a car boot, which is quite shocking really. But yeah, a nice one to get, and it probably will have been from a car boot because I've got this right next to it, and that is Grand Theft Auto 4, a series I've never got into, much like a lot of these. So yeah, what can I say about this? This is probably, why have I got this? Is this scratched or something? It's not scratched. I'm going to put this to my trade pile to take to CEX. So there's no need for me to have that. It's a double that I've got on the Xbox 360. Now, I mean, talking about doubles, this is a double because I've got it on the PlayStation 4 as well. And that is Beyond Two Souls from the makers of Heavy Rain. This is actually sealed. Unfortunately, this is a French copy, so I don't know if it actually would even work in English, but it's just nice to have as a little filler. As I've already played, I played about half of this. I've kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed Heavy Rain a lot more. I don't know, there was something weird about the controls that I didn't really like. And next up we have got a Spanish exclusive, although it is in English, and a lot of these Freedom Factory ones are, and that is Bloodbath. So this actually is out for the 360 as well. I've currently got this in my collection because, again, I think I got this for about 4 or 5 quid, which for an exclusive like this is quite cheap. And this is ready to be traded for an Xbox 360 game version of that, or if I get that, that's going to be able to be a trade for something else if anyone's interested. Next up, a game I have actually played, and I really I wasn't too fussed about it, but it's another Zoe Desco game, and I just had this hunch that these would be the next 505 sort of, not, I wouldn't say Phoenix because they do mediocrely to good games. So I just thought I'd pick it up. Again, probably only a couple of quid, so just an interesting one to have. Not too great a game. This is actually one I picked up from the car boot, and it's an American copy. So yes, even I make these mistakes from time to time. However, this is multi-region on the PlayStation. So I believe this is like a action fighting game. Is it one-on-one or not? I'm not 100%. But yeah, I mean, obviously Bleach is part of an anime series, so one cool to have. And another one that's from, well, in fact, we're going a bit anime now. And that is One Piece Pirate Warriors, which is, strangely, there's no screenshots on the back, but I think this one is a one-on-one fighting game. But yeah, kind of I enjoy the One Piece games. It's got like a what's it called, Bionic Commando sort of arm. Next up we've got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. Now I got this from Granger Games just before it shut down, and I think I paid like 5 quid for it. So it's quite nice to have one of the last games from there, from Granger Games before it closed. And I think this is one that's kind of like rising in price. This one definitely is a versus one-on-one fighter from the JoJo Bizarre series. Next up, one I know the Bear just recently picked up, Retro Bear, and that is Pain. And as I said to him, looks like mine copy's actually gone through a bit of pain. It's had like, it's been skinned alive. The paper, it's not been ripped. It's still got like the paper behind it, but yeah, it's not looking good. But yeah, some saucy pictures in the inside of these. So yeah, we'll keep it up at this pace. Next up, one I'm very disappointed about because I love the art style of this, and that's Valkyria Chronicles. It's like a turn. It's not even turn based. It's just that you have like a certain amount of like movement that you can do in a real time 3D environment, and yeah, it's very like, what's it called, like watercolory sort of look to it, but set in like World War II and anime, which looks completely bizarre, and I kind of like that look, but I just couldn't get on with the combat for some reason, and I thought I would because I love strategy games. I think it's the 3D-ness of it. So what's this? This is now. I think these are going to be. I'm taking all the CX stickers off. These fun box here. I think this will be definitely the 505 of its generation for the Wii and PlayStation 3. There is some quite tricky ones to get. And yes, I think this is a visual novel, but I'm sure X-Blaze is a one-on-one fighting game as well. So yeah, there's no write-up about it. I mean, I suppose that's what happens when it comes from a budget game. But some great artwork in this game. Next up, one that we don't have many of, but I know in America this has spawned quite a few titles. The Agarist Generations of War Zero. Now, because there's so many of these, I don't know much about them at all. But yeah, it looks like a action RPG. So yeah, one that I picked up because I wouldn't mind. Now this one's quite an interesting one. It's like a collector's interesting one, and that is, I've ruined the front cover of this, Guardians of Middle Earth. Now this one is interesting because I got this sealed, but I actually opened it because it's not got a real disc. It's just got a paper disc in it, and this is a download only game, and that's the reason why I unsealed it, because there is a date on the back of this box somewhere. Internet connection required and code expiration 31st of the 12th 2015. Now I think I picked this up in 2017 and I actually got the code to work, so I actually have this on my PlayStation 3. Might even been, I can't remember, it might even been last year actually. So there is a possibility, if anyone finds this, open it up and put the code in and see if you can get it. But I mean, really, it's just a box really. But yeah, so it looks quite a good kind of like sort of a Diablo style game. So again, I love that kind of game. It's one that really piques my interest. Again, you'll probably hear this a lot with my collection. I've probably not played a lot of them, but the games that have interested me, unless they're for collecting reasons, and this one absolutely loved this game. So that is 3D Dot Game Heroes. Absolute gem of a game this is. I mean, I think everyone knows about it. God, right, beastie book and but everyone knows about this game. It's on everyone's hidden gem lists, and I can see why, but it's not a hidden gem anymore. Everyone knows about this. It's like 3D Zelda. So I mean, people talk about PlayStation 3 hidden gems. This is the first one that someone will speak about. So to me, not hidden anymore. From hidden gems to absolute turds, but very interesting to have. That is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. I bet not many people knew that this actually came out in the PAL territories. So we've got, it's a multi-language one, playable English, and this is actually sealed. So I've got a feeling this might be a future rarity. If anyone can find this, pick it up. I mean, I'm not going to open it up. I don't know. I know with the PlayStation 4 game, as my friend actually had it, basically what's on the disc isn't really what the game is. I think the disc is like 3 gig on the PlayStation 4, and you have to have like a 5 gig download. to actually play it. So obviously all the stuff that's on the game disc isn't that. Whether or not that's the same for PlayStation 3, I don't know. But I wouldn't mind playing it one day properly. I played it at my friend's, but we was a bit drunk, so we didn't really properly play it. So probably is the best way to play it, actually. Next up, we have another stand-in until I get the Xbox 360 game, and that is Ghostbusters, the video game. Now there is, on the PlayStation 3, there is one that I wouldn't mind getting, and that is the same, but in a blue cover. And that actually comes with a movie as well. So I wouldn't mind getting that. So for now, this is just a bit of a shelf filler. And now I say shelf fillers until I get certain games. And now this kind of defeats the object. And that is Handball 16 for PlayStation 3. I think I got this in the same lot as Bloodbath, and I think I paid like, I think it was like £3 or something. And now this one is one of the rarities on the Xbox 360. It's not quite as rare in the PlayStation 3, I don't think, but still sort of strangely sought after for a sports game. Yeah, don't know why. And I said once I get it on the PlayStation, on the Xbox 360, I'll get rid of this one. And yet here it is in my collection. So I don't know. It's kind of one of them games to have. And in fact, from the next pile, we have got Handball 17, which didn't come out on the 360, so that's the reason why I've got this one. The Lidl Star League. So yeah, sponsored by Lidl. So you can see the quality of this game right there, I'd imagine. 82 official teams. Yeah, who knew that there was 82 handball teams? What the price on this is, I don't know at the moment. So, but again, it's one of them games that's not really for me, but it's like a collecting thing. So we're all a bit stupid sometimes. And this one, I've got I think I remember someone saying that this one's a hard one to find, and this one's actually sealed. Mayhem for the PlayStation 3. Now this is cool. I think this is a bit like Destruction Derby, but it's all in black and white and a bit of like tinges of red. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's 3D glasses inside, or at least there is in the Xbox 360 one. However, the Xbox 360 one only came out in America. Although I think that one might be one of the few multi-region ones. Now we're on to PlayStation's answer to what's it called? Mario Smash Brothers. That's it. I'm just looking over there because I've got Smash Bros over there. Is it as good as Smash Bros? Probably not. It's probably a bit too technical. I think they was going for the adulty sort of vibe. Has it got the characters that you want to play as? Some of them, but not enough. I mean, Killzone character is a nice addition, but there's not enough characters. There's no Crash Bandicoot in there. There's no Spyro in there. All that would have made this perfect, because the first thing you think of PlayStation is Crash and Spyro, even though they're defected onto other platforms. I mean, we've got Ratchet, we've got what's it called, Drake from Uncharted, which is cool, but he's a cool character, but he's not a character. For this kind of game, he's not really recognisable enough. You need them to be cartoony to like really stand out on the battlefield. Next up, another exclusive, and one that's kind of cool to have, Everyone's Golf. I've never actually played this, but a lot of people say it's pretty good for a golf game. So yeah, moving swiftly on. DC Universe Online, whether or not you can actually play this now, I don't know, but I believe these kind of games are quite good. Again, I think they're a bit like the Diablo style kind of games, but with Marvel, so I won't mind playing that. Next up, we have got Captain Morgan. Let's get rid of this sticker. Captain Morgan and the Golden Turtle. I've got another one right underneath it. Terrible. Sorry about this, guys. I'm doing a bit of cleaning while I'm showing you all this. So yeah, Captain Morgan and the Golden Turtle, which is a point-and-click adventure. I've not played it, like most of these, but I will eventually. And I can't remember if this is on the Xbox 360 or not.
I've got a feeling it is now. I don't know. But yeah, pretty cool. And it's got PlayStation Move features, so I'm assuming that'll be like the point and click. Next up, a game that I've also got on the 360. But I don't know, it's one that you need to have on every platform, really. The Mega Drive Ultimate Collection. Is this better than the PlayStation 4 version? I think it could be, you know. It's got Streets of Rage 3, I'm pretty certain that's not on the PlayStation 4 version. But you've also got Master System games. I'm pretty certain. I know the 360 one has, because I've not actually played this one. But you got Golden Axe Warrior for the Master System on the Mega Drive version. So, yeah, always good to pick them up. And as you can see, I only paid £1 for it. So, yeah. Next up, Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. I think this is the first one. There's that many of these, and I kind of get a bit lost with them all. But I played this on the PlayStation 4, and it was absolutely stunning. And to be honest, I've looked at this on other on videos and stuff, and the PlayStation 3 version doesn't look too bad, to be honest. So yeah, great game, really fun action platformer. And one that I've also been recommended by a lot of people to play is the MotorStorm. So I mean, pick it up for 50p everywhere you go. Really cheap, but I believe really good for like an action sort of racer. So next up, Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes. This looks like it could be an expensive game, but I think you can pick this up really cheap all the time, and it's by Capcom. So I thought this was part of the Sengoku series, but I don't think it is. I think it's its own series. The Sengoku series, obviously by SNK, but this one's by Capcom, and it says, from the creators of Devil May Cry 4 comes Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes. So I keep meaning to play this, so I need, because again, I love that kind of Devil May Cry sort of gameplay. So yeah, one for the playlist for certain, and another one that I won't mind playing, Mod Nation Racers, which is a sort of the PlayStation's Mario Kart. Is this by? I think this is by PlayStation, or at least one of their first party studios. So yeah, pretty cool to have. And strangely enough, we've got another kart racer, which is Little Big Planet Racing. Little Big Planet Karting, sorry. And this is a part of the what's it called, Essentials line. And to be honest, the thing about Essentials games, they look very offensive when they're on spine, but these ones, the Essential ones, I think look pretty good actually. You wouldn't know that it's like a budget release as much. I think they've done a really good job of doing a budget look on that one. Grand Theft Auto 5, I think everyone's got to have this one, whether or not you play it or not, like me, because I'm not into the realistic racing. Next up, Ninja Gaiden 3. I think I've got this on the Xbox 360. Why have I got it here? I think I just got it for cheap, and that is why. It looks like I've got a charity shop sticker on the back there. So, right, next up, we've got the next in the MotorStorm series, Pacific Rift. I've got told this isn't quite as good as the other one, although to me it looks... I like the aesthetic more, sort of thing. Rip it up in paradise. Cool. And next up in the Ratchet and Clank, we've got Tools of Destruction. Again, as I say, I never know which one's which. Is this the second one, third one? When there's no numbers on them, how do you know which one it is? So, I've not actually played this one. I think I've played Ratchet and Clank 2, and I think I started Ratchet and Clank 3, but all on the Vita. So I don't know what they transfer. Oh, actually, they'll be PlayStation 2, so this will be different. Hang on, I'm confused. I'm confusing myself. It's not hard to do. I guess Crack in Time isn't the first one. I guess that is... I don't know. I'm confused. Confused myself. And I've done it again. Another one that I got from on the Xbox 360. So not even an expensive game. So why have I got it? I'm going to chuck it over here. Well, it's a good game. Well, the first two were pretty good. I've not actually played the third one. But so I imagine it would be not too bad. So let's chuck that over there.
one I've recently picked up, and that is Puppeteer. I got this from the car boot with some really good titles. However, as I had most of them on the 360, like Spyro, what was the other one? Alice, I decided there's no point having them as doubles. I'd rather have the trade credit. However, this one's an exclusive, and I believe it's quite good. It looks quite good, so I won't mind playing that soon. I've got all these games to play soon. I don't know when I'm going to fit them all in. I'm doing it again. Yaiba, Ninja Gaiden Z. Got this on the Xbox 360. It's flipping a lot of fun. It really is. It comes with like a little comic book as well, which is really cool. So yeah, nice little addition. I think I really enjoyed this game. I think I'm going to keep this one. Again, you can get it for peanuts. But yeah, it's like Ninja Gaiden with zombies and cyborgs. It's not the best of gameplay. Well, no, it's not the gameplay that is bad. It's just that it's not mechanically brilliant, if you know what I mean. So yes, is this a double? I don't know, but this is Grand Theft Auto 5 Academy Edition. Who knows? See, it's not all just RPGs. And we've got inside Ratchet and Clank Q-Force. So is this just another one in the series? What's interesting is it's cross-buy, so I'll be able to play this on the Vita. That's good. Another Funbox game, and I know this is on the Wii as well. In fact, I might even have it on the Wii, but I think this is quite a lot of fun. I think it's like a Cooking Mama kind of game, but I believe this is actually better than Cooking Mama, I've heard. But yeah, I love the artwork on this one. Like, look at it, it's proper. I don't know. I was gonna say like sort of 50s, but no, it's not really, is it? I'm just making that up. But yeah, nice one to have. And talking about funky artwork, we've got Trinity Universe on the PlayStation 3. I think this is the reason why it's called Trinity Universe. Is yeah, it's free. Is it free series? Together, Valkyria times Gust, Demon Dog King, and Nippon Ichi Software. So it's free software houses bringing all their characters into this one game, and I think it is a strategy RPG. Doesn't say anywhere, but I'm pretty certain it is. But I might be wrong. Probably I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. And next up, we've got a bit disappointed by this one. Because the problem is I got this for a steal, but when it came it wasn't what was on the picture. I think I got this from eBay, and that is Tales of Grace's F, Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. But if you can see in the top corner there, it's actually in French. So it actually says on the back, plays in English. So it's not too bad, although it's sealed, and I probably will never play it. I think I've got Tales of Symphonia on a few different things. Whether or not this is different than the normal Tales of Symphonia, because it says Chronicles, or does that just mean it's remastered? Another one of the Agarist series. So we did get a few of these sealed. Don't know where he got it from. Obviously not CEX. But yeah, the third instalment in the thrilling Agarist series. Whether or not I've said that right or I've butchered it, who knows? Atelier Aisha, the Alchemist of Dusk. Was that what I had earlier? Or is this the one that is the hard one? I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, this is part of the Gust production. So I imagine these will be, some of these characters will be in, will be in that Trinity game. So yeah, I've not played any RPGs on this system, and I've got flipping loads of them. Next up, Nosurge, An Ode to the Unborn Star. Now, I think this has been on a lot of people's lists to say this is a really good game. So, a story starring two very different sets of heroes and a 7-dimension RPG. So, yeah, actually, I think that might be one I play. No, I think I've got this on the Vita. So, probably on the Vita. I know it is on the Vita, or is it the Vita version's expensive? I don't know. All these, like, facts and figures always get a bit confusing when when you've come to this level of PlayStation. There's a lot of remakes, remasters on different systems, and it gets confusing. Mugen Souls Z. I think there is a Mugen Souls as well. No, God, flipping heck, no manual in that one. Undisputed versus Ultimate. So yeah, I'm not too sure, but obviously looks a little bit RPG. And a series that I have played, although I've not played this one, Disgaea D2. I flipping love Disgaea games. Strategy RPGs. I mean, look at the artwork in there, look at it. It's bloody brilliant. Strategy RPGs, really funky little characters with the printies and everything like that, and like vampires and all sorts of cool things. And yeah, on to the next one. Time Crisis, Raising Storm, which is... Oh, actually no, I thought this was Time Crisis 4, but no, this is a separate game. Whether or not that's a PlayStation 3 exclusive, and it also comes with Time Crisis 4 and what is called Dead Storm Pirates. No, I need to get a camera for my PlayStation Move, which you see them all the time at the car boots, and when I've been seeing them recently, people want silly prices for them, which I could probably get for about £2 or £3 from CEX. So I need to get that onto it because I really want to play that game soon. And next up, another Move game, Move required, and that is Kung Fu Rider. I got this from a car boot once, just because of how bizarre it looks. I think it actually looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Basically, you're just going down, it's like a sort of endless runner in a certain way. You're just going down a hill on the back of a flipping office chair. Whoever made that like game design choice needs a medal, because that sounds flipping brilliant. But again, I've not got Move yet fully, so I need to get that before I can play it. Another one I'm sort of filling the shelves up for until I get the 360 one, which I probably even got this now. I'm sorry, are you here to see what I've got on the PlayStation 3? And there's me looking on the Xbox 360. So, Men in Black, Alien Crisis. Don't know. I think it's sort of like a bit like Time Crisis on the rails, sort of like shooter. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. What's that say? Top Shot Elite compatible. So that to me suggests it is, and Move compatible. So yeah, cool. Next up, another one of the, I believe, series that like they cross two different series. So yeah, so this one, Cross Edge, this actually has characters from Disgaea, Tonlico, which there's not enough games as it is, so why not put it in this as well, and Darkstalkers, which a bit crazy to mix up. All star in this, so you got like Capcom and all NAS games all in this, and I'm assuming it will be a strategy game. I think these Cross Edge, I think that'll be the same as the same kind of, I'm assuming it'll be the same kind of gameplay as Project X Zone and some of them the games that are in that sort of series. Next up, Lego Rock Band. Why I've got it, I don't know. I suppose it's just to test guitars, I suppose. Next up, I thought this was the rare one, but there's another one in this series that is rare, but it's not on the Xbox 360 either of these, so sorry, I'm doing my cleaning again. Sorry about this. I'll probably save about 5 minutes if I did all this. And that is Gundam Target Sight. Now I don't think this is actually worth much at all, but it's kind of, I could be here all day from cleaning the stickers. I should have done this before, but yeah, one Gundam series. I'm assuming this will be a mech sort of game, although yeah, first person mech game, I'm not too sure. It could be a strategy game. They need to tell you more what's on the back, really. They should tell you. But yeah, there's another Gundam game, and that is worth, like, it's going up in price, let's say that. An awesome series to get. Now this is one of the games that I actually played as a PlayStation 2. I wouldn't mind playing them again in a higher definition, so it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, cool game series to have. Now this is one I really do want to play, and that is Twisted Metal. But I've got a feeling that this is, you've got to play this online, and I think that's what's put me off. Still not even opened it. I've obviously got this from Game, or maybe I picked it up from the car boot and they haven't even played it yet. But yeah, I love the Twisted Metal series, and I believe the PlayStation 3 one's quite good. So yeah. Next up, a game I have actually played, but it wasn't on the PlayStation 3, it was on the PlayStation 4, and that is Heavy Rain. And when I saw this box, I was like, need to have that. So it's got kind of a speckled effect where it looks like it's rained on it. Inside is pretty beautiful. It's got a piece of origami, and it's actually got another one because I think I stole it from another set. Because why have one when you can have two? So yeah, nice bit of bump there to go with it. So yeah, great game. Although I did watch a video recently and they kind of pulled it apart, and I kind of agree with everything that they said, but when I played it I really enjoyed it. It was something totally different to me. So another, this is a game series I really want to play as well, and that is, after I've done my CEX cleaning, Infamous. So I played the Infamous game on the PlayStation 4, which I think is the third one, and I kind of got hooked on it. I wasn't really... Actually, there's a very similar kind of design to the Heavy Rain one, but it just feels a little bit different. So I think this has got a bit of a comic book inside it as well. But no, maybe I think might have made that one up, unless mine just doesn't come with it. But yeah, very comic booky sort of adventure game where you pretty much rule the city, I think. So I think it's got different characters to the one on the PlayStation 4, and that's why I think it'll be quite interesting to... Oh shit, timber. Right, so next up we've got a game. Is it the same? Did we get this on the PlayStation 1 as a launch title, and we've got this on the PlayStation 3 as a launch title, but obviously a newer version, and that is Warhawk. Obviously totally different game to the PlayStation 1 version. Oh, we've got Cammy coming up. She likes it when we talk about PlayStation 1, obviously. But yeah, so interesting to get. Don't think I'll play it, but it's a PlayStation 3 exclusive, and I wouldn't mind getting all of the exclusives on the PlayStation 3. That is one sort of subset that I would like to go for one day. And we've got God of War 3. Did I play this recently? Yes, I played it on the PlayStation 4. All the great PlayStation 3 games have been remastered on the PlayStation 4. So that is the one thing. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't like picking a lot of these up unless I find them at charity shops or car boots, because I only want to pay 50p a pound, because a lot of them, I've played a lot of the remakes on the PlayStation 4. This is a very interesting release, Ferrari, the race experience. Now, this is another code in a box, but you can get one with a disc, and that one's quite a rare one to get. It's got a nice Ferrari symbol on there, but yeah, this is not to be sold separately. I think it must have come with a steering wheel or something, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it tells you there how to download it and everything. I very much presume it's a cardboard disc inside. It's just an interesting one, and I don't think this came out on the 360, but it definitely didn't come in with a code in a disc, code on a paper disc. Next up, do I even need to tell you what this is? Do I need to say what it is? What a great way to finish it off near enough. The Last of Us, amazing. Creators from the creators of Uncharted. Flipping absolutely love this game. Such great artwork on there for such minimal sort of styling. People call it a zombie game. It's not a zombie game. It's a virus infecting the brains of humans. It's very sci-fi. It's based on a real organism that infects insects. It's not a virus, it's an insect or something like that. It's something that takes over the host anyway. And yeah, brilliant game, very emotional, and a very, not so much a game, more of an experience. It's got gameplay, it's got movies, very straightforward movie sort of styling, but it's got a bit of gameplay in the middle of it. Next up, we have got a bit more CX cleaning. Sorry about this. What, Kit is going wild. She's robbing herself, rolling over all the games down there. White Knight Chronicles. I believe there's some issues with this game, and I believe it takes a long time to play. But this is by Level 5 that do the aforementioned Ni no Kuni. So yeah, no screenshots in the back. I've noticed there's a lot of games like that on the PlayStation 3. So yeah, I don't know if I'll play that, but I've heard that the second one is a bit better. Another one that's on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, and this one actually looks pretty cool, and that is The Witch and the 100 Knight. And I think this is a bit like a top-down sort of Zelda-ish sort of action RPG. So one I won't mind getting into. What are we on now? 40 minutes. I apologise to anyone who's got this far. What have we got? We've got a couple of good games still to show. This is Minion. Why have I got this in my collection? I need to upgrade because it's not a hard one to find. A Realm Reborn. I don't think you can get it from CX anymore because it's basically a pass on a disc. Yeah. Got the registration card there. You're not reading that. Not that anyone would want to steal it. Next up, Soul Calibur 4. A game I've probably already got on the 360. So why have I got it? In fact, there's Soul Calibur 5. I haven't got Soul Calibur 4. Was Soul Calibur 4 on the 360? Not sure. Now this one, highly recommend this game. It's a very interesting game. It sounds like the premise I'm going to tell you, you're going to think it's crap. But yeah, it's like an endless runner where you're just running along. And it's probably got about 2 hours of gameplay and about 68 minutes of like as a main feature. So it's basically an anime with a bit of gameplay thrown into it, but it's by director Suda51, which everyone knows as making some very crazy games. So yeah, sorry, short piece, Ranko. I know people like watching people fail on these hard to pronounce names, and as me not being able to speak properly, this is probably everyone's flipping dream or nightmare, one of the two. So Ranko Tsukigimi's Longest Day. What I can speak and say, and that is Ico and the Shadow of Colossus. I've recently picked this up and I've still yet to play either of these games. And again, I believe the classics, as I don't know why I keep showing random ones inside and stuff. And quite interesting. This actually is on a 3D compatible TV. 3D TV compatible. So that'll be pretty cool to have done. However, my 3D TV has blown up, so I won't be able to play that in 3D. But it would have been cool to have seen, because some of the 3D games, I did play a couple, and just this frame rate just dropped. But because this is a bit of a slow-paced one, it wouldn't be so bad to play, I'd imagine. And I did a gameplay on the first one. I got Ridge Racer 7. Whether or not this is very similar. I mean, the problem is, racing games got too realistic for me in this generation. And more importantly, the colour got drained out of them. And colour is a big stimuli for me. It's all about the music and the colour. More so than the gameplay sometimes. And that's probably why I like a lot of these anime games, because they're very colourful. But like everything, all the races went totally grey and dull looking, and it wasn't very fun to watch, I don't think. So yeah, that's Ridge Racer 7. We've got 2 left. 2 left. Is there anything that you think I'm missing so far? These are both from the same series, got from both separate times. And the first one is Yakuza Dead Souls. So obviously, people know what the Yakuza series is. A lot of people say it's part of the Shenmue, like a spiritual successor to Shenmue. But I was speaking to Pete Fighter the other day, and he says it's totally not really. I've only played the first one, so these are all to come. Now, this cheap gimmicks like this is what I like. I love this kind of a thing, and that is basically Yakuza with zombies. Sold. Let me put it on now. When I got this, I hadn't played any of the Yakuzas, so I wanted to play one before I actually attempted that one. But yeah, next up and last up, we're at the end, guys. Yakuza 4. yeah, so pretty good one to have. Yakuza 3 I think is the hard one to find, or at least the sought after one. So I need to get that one eventually. But funny story, I got this off a 6. Well, she was probably between 6 and 10. I'm rubbish at flipping ages. And she knew about it. She sold me this game. She had in control of all the games, and I think I paid like £2 for it. A bit more than I'd normally pay, but I know it was worth it. And I tried haggling her down to £2, and she wouldn't have it. She said, "Oh, it's a really good game, this one. Like, it's very violent." And I was like, "Oh my word, she knows about this game." And she's totally young. She's probably 16, who knows. Yeah, so that is my PlayStation 3 collection. What do you guys think? I don't think it's probably to a lot of people's taste, but I think it's very much. The PlayStation 3, to me, was very underappreciated, and I think I missed out on getting Xbox instead of a PlayStation 3, and I think that was because of the price. The PlayStation 3 just cost so much more, so it kind of put me off, and the games never seemed to drop in price, and a lot of these games wasn't like on the store shelves at the front sort of thing, so I probably missed them all really. A lot of the 360 stuff is very much more westernized, or is on the PlayStation 3 as well, so there is a lot of exclusives on the PlayStation 3 that I'm just lapping up now, as I say, especially the RPGs. Not that I'll ever have enough time in my lifetime to play all of these. If I stop playing RPGs completely altogether and I just played these, I might have a chance. But I've still got all the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, Super Nintendo ones that I've still not got around to playing. So yeah, I'll put them in my collection now while they're cheap, and I can eventually go to the shelf and play it one day. But yeah, so thanks for getting to the end of this video, and if you've recently subscribed, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, bye.